This video is the Power Tour Route 66 special. In this video, we're going to do half of Route 66 in my Grand Prix for Power Tour 2026. What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. Probably should have started filming this a little earlier, but things have changed here at home. The good news is I got married. The downside is we've decided to move to the suburbs, which means that all my shop stuff is in storage right now. So that's kind of why I haven't been very active lately. Been having a lot of life stuff going on. But it's almost time for Power Tour this year, and I need to get this car roadworthy again. It runs and drives just fine. I pulled out the other storage unit, and the battery in it's bad right now, so just I got another battery that I hope is going to work out. I bought this one a while ago and it didn't fit the car I was trying to put it in. Been having trouble charging it, but I think my charger just sucks, so I think I'm just going to kind of gamble and hope it's better than this one, which anything's better than this one. This one is pretty toasty. It's pretty dead now. I'm hoping it just fits in here because it looks like it could fit. I don't know what the date in this one is, but I think this is probably something I've had around for probably 8 years in the car. Somehow during the process of this car sitting too, it's also got a radiator fan that doesn't work for some reason. And I'm not sure why that might be, but I'm gonna try and see if I can get that radiator fan working again. I'm using like some really old relay boxes on this car that are from a 91 or really 1994 Buick Regal. And these things, I think they're just really, really terrible because I've had a lot of weird electrical issues and I've traced it back to these relay boxes and poor contacts. And honestly, this whole car needs just a whole fresh rewire, and I just don't have time to do that right now, or the shop to do that anymore. So for now, we're just gonna kind of band-aid this thing and get it going again as best as we can for the moment. Go ahead, I'm gonna see if I can get this battery in here. I'm gonna hope it fits. I'm not a big group size guy, but it's a 78. This is a 34 in here. The weirdest sound diesel I've ever heard. Then once we get this battery in here, we get the radiator fan working, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this car home and daily it for a week or two and see how that goes. I've already given it a fresh oil change before I park the car in the storage unit and check the fluids. Transmission looks good, rear end looks good too, so we're good on fluids. Overall, this car, for the most part, it's been pretty reliable though, so I'm not expecting anything crazy to happen. But so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull out this battery, swap this over, see if we have voltage, and if not, then we'll jump it. Maybe it'll come back to life after a week of driving it. And if that's not the case, we'll just get a new battery. All right, so good news, so far the battery fits. Looks like it's gonna work out. I did find my first issue here though. It looks like my alternator cable is melting itself due to, I guess, poor contacts or just a lot of heat going into it. So I need to either get a new cable or I'll cut this one and I will just put a new terminal on it. That could be a reason why the car doesn't charge very well. All right, more good news and bad news. Good news is battery fits perfect, no issues there. Bad news is that I don't have any more cable for that alternator charging cable, and worst news is that both ends of it are pretty smoked, so I need to replace the whole cable. I ordered some cable. It'll be here tomorrow. So I did also diagnose my cooling fan issue. You know, it's been 6 years. Is it 6, 7, 8? It's like 8 years since I wired this car. I don't remember much about what I did with things anymore, and I was very poor when I did it. Didn't have time to do things correctly. But it looks like what happened back then is that both of these relays for the fans have power from the same source, so it's not a fuse issue. It's an issue on the trigger side. So to solve that problem, I might just have to trigger these relays at the same time. These two can trigger them both at the same time, and I'll have both fans. Oh my god, what is this going? All right, so I finally have enough tools for my cable. Finally found everything, got new cables in, and I'm pulling this old one off. Finally, we're getting closer. But this thing was so corroded that this fell apart when I tried to unbolt it, and then this is just not coming loose at all. This is the stud for the alternator. So I'm gonna need to put this in the vise, I think, and hopefully get this thing to come off. If not, maybe I can rob one off another alternator. I think I might have one somewhere in the shop here. All right, so at this point, I've replaced the alternator cable, and I've been driving the car for about a week now. just trying to make sure there's no kinks in it, and we found one. So one of the biggest issues that just happened recently is that now the starter is not working. So I guess I'm doing the most basic maintenance in the world, starting and charging on this turbocharged car. Put the starter down. Got nothing. So she's dead. Just need to sort that out and put it out of gear just in case something happens. And we'll test out some of their starters I've got and see if we can get something to work. I have 2 used starters that were in my shop. These are from other engines, supposedly, I think. I'm not sure how long I've had these or which cars these came off of or if they're even good or not. So I'm gonna try and test them with the jump pack I've got to see if these things work. Okay, well, this did not work out. Either both of these starters are dead completely, solenoid and motor, or these new modern jump packs just aren't cutting it the way they used to, and it's looking for voltage to exist here somewhere before I can do it. So I think I'm gonna have to just gamble and hope that one of these works. All right, old one's out. Obviously, can't really tell anything's wrong with it. Who knows what's really going on with it, but it is started its last engine. And so now we're gonna try these 2. I think I'm gonna go with the clean one. All right, we're gonna try how this starter works. Just got it buttoned up here, battery back connected. Let's see if this one cranks over. That'd be nice. It would be nice to not have to push start your car every day on Power Tour. Simple luxuries. We're all about them here. All right, I bet it works. Okay, how's that possible? Big problem. I need to think about this one. All right, well, I've concluded it's probably an issue with the flywheel. I'm guessing the starter's getting jammed up on it somehow. I don't know how that would be possible, but not making a whole lot of sense here. I'm not sure what's going on. Take it back apart, take a look at it. All right, so I have taken my flywheel cover off. Everything looks good. You can see my nice little, very expensive monster clutch in there. I don't see any problems on there at all. The motor rotates over by hand fairly easily, so I think I've determined the cause to be poor battery connections once again. That might just be the theme of this car. Forgive me, I was very young when I put this car together. Did not know what I was doing very well. My other car is much, much better off than this one is. This car really just needs a whole rewire if you ask me. So I'm gonna examine my battery connections now. Let's see if that's the problem. So let's do it, let's get the flock out of here. All right. So this just got pretty dumb. I started to pull the power cables to the battery and realized they were loose, and the car fires right up. Not even a hiccup. It's perfect. It's running good. So that was a long debacle for no apparent reason, apparently. So we're good to go on that front. So now I just need to get my tools ready. The car is leaving in 2 days. We're driving it out there. The air conditioning does not work right now. So I'm gonna see if I can plug the laptop in really quick here before my wife gets upset at me for not being home in time for dinner, and see if I can get this thing sorted out there. So clearly my laptop had other things that it wanted to do, so this was not something that was gonna happen today. So this is something I had to figure out along the tour route instead. All right, it is the Saturday before Power Tour. I'm leaving in the morning, which means I'm taking this car out of my little storage unit and I am gonna head home, and then from there I'll leave in the morning. Should fire right up here. She should be ready to go. It's showtime. All right, that's good, very good, looking good. Everything's looking good. Pressure, there we go. 70 psi. We're looking good. Life is good. We're looking good. Voltage is good. Everything looks happy so far. Let's pull this thing out and see how this goes. Yeah, thank you for that. Nope, I killed it. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You cannot make this shit up. Okay, wonderful. All right, so I put in the other starter that was in here before, knowing that it wasn't the problem. Let's hope this thing makes noise right now. They're very kind. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. He is good. God is good. Thank you, Jesus. All right, I'm gonna get the pack in, get this thing home, and then next time I see you guys, we'll be on the road. If all goes well. Alrighty, here we are. Today is Sunday. It's about 11 o'clock Central Time. Heading north out of Nashville here. Car is doing fairly well. A lot of traffic at the moment, but I'm going to try and do some alternative routes that get us away from all this. Just going to try and be pretty safe here in this trip and not break anything. Just enjoy the time. Maybe do a burnout or two. We'll see. So we're on our way. Singer's looking good. We're doing good. Vitals look good. Maybe a little braking, a little traffic. Okay, fun. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going here. We're gonna get to it and get this show on the road, and hopefully we'll be in Joliet in no time. See you in a jiffy. All right, doing a little gas stop here. Couldn't find any E85 around here, so we're gonna spend $5.80 on premium. And I picked the wrong pump. All right, I finally found my E85 and much better price on this than premium gas. Obviously I know I use more of it, but this feels a little better knowing that I'm not putting as much money in the tank right now, at least here in Illinois. So hopefully prices go down as we get to the rest of the trip. I mean, I'm about 30 minutes from my hotel, and I'm gonna stop in here, get some snacks or something, and stuff for the cooler, some cold snacks, and maybe even some whiskey if we can find some. So, all right, well, made it to my hotel. Got a lot of interesting cars here once again. Waiting for the rest of my group to come in, so I'm gonna head inside and get some food. Maybe this rain will go away. Maybe they'll come in stronger. Who knows? Oh, they got a pool. Car did really well, surprisingly. Everything went really well. No real issues with it, aside from the gauges acting up. And I'm gonna check over all my little wiring here tomorrow, so make sure everything looks good underneath the hood, because I'm worried about my voltage issues, but otherwise she's been flawless. It pulls hard. It's been so fun. So I'm gonna about to head in, get some food, and figure out what happens next. It is Monday morning. We're about to roll out here pretty soon. The rain let up and it looks like it's gonna be a nice day actually, so we'll see how this goes. We got our radios all set up and ready to go, and we are ready to get on the road. I think I found the issue with my AC. I think I'm not sure yet, but it has pressure, so that's a good sign. It's 67 psi at idle, or not even at idle right now, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna probably just hotwire everything until they kick on anyway, so but we'll get on the road here and we'll get things moving and should have a good week of Power Tour. All right, we are in line to get out of the check-in place, and the rain's coming down, so we might call an audible here and do something different today, and then catch back up with the tour the next few days. You can't drag race, you can't autocross today anyway, and the rain's not gonna let up, so we might just explore town a little bit. Grand Prix is doing excellent. No voltage issues right now. Still trying to figure out the AC situation, but that'll get postponed for a little bit. Maybe we'll do that a little bit later today. But should be interesting day. All right, so we decided not to go to the venue today. We already got punched anyway, so and we got all week to check it out. And it's raining down there in Joliet, so we went north a little bit. We're checking out Travis's shop here, and some cars are gonna get a little maintenance done while we're here, and so we're just gonna hang out at the shop and then see what else happens. If the weather holds up, we might go back to the venue, but otherwise we're doing stuff here. Car's going great. I did a couple polls on it, around 20 psi, and it's loving life right now. I'm not going to turn it up anymore for this trip at least, but did also find that the AC system has a charge in it, and it looks like the coil wire was loose on the compressor, so maybe that's going to be the issue, but I feel really good about it. I think it's going to work out. All right, so we decided to head back to the venue. We just got some lunch. I've got my air conditioning going. Oh, life is so good now. I've got air conditioning. It's not raining. We're going back to the venue. Cars are running well. Just keep this up, keep this going. Hard to believe all this wooded area of Chicago. So out of nowhere, it starts downpouring like crazy. We really are in the shower tour this year. I don't know if you guys heard, but this is the shower tour. Power tour is canceled. We're doing the shower tour. I don't make the weather, it's just the way it is. Everyone's leaving. Here we are, getting near late. So I'm just parking the car now, and you can tell my AC was working because these gauges are frosted. Condensation. Yeah, you can't read the gauges after you turn the AC off. It just gets so humid so fast, and it's ridiculous. But when the AC is going, it is working. All right, here we are. Gonna get settled in. I'm not sure what we're doing here. I'm not sure if we're gonna stick around. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. Everyone else is dipping out. This is it. It's raining sideways. You don't see this every day. It's a Bonneville wagon, G-body. It's crazy it's so small. The doors are so small. It's pretty nice though. Like people are starting to give it a shot. People are all moving back up here now. They're all parking this way. Might have a little event here after all. Gotta love the wagons, man. Come on. Ballot wagon. It's pretty cool. All right, we are back at the hotel. Got my canopy set up here, tied to the cars. We're getting a little bit of rain here and there, so we're just getting ready for that. We're cooking tonight. We have the grill going. Travis is gonna make hamburgers and brats. So we're eating healthy. People are doing burnouts left and right. Not in the ideal position, but we were basically off road today because the car is covered in mud. So it is what it is. Otherwise though, going pretty good.
Spot, it just started.
Oh yeah, yep. That's you can see it actually. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I was like, this is about to go sideways. Woo. Yeah, the SS.
That lineup of trucks is perfect.
Look, I didn't realize that's probably the best.
car. All right, it is a morning. I would say it's a beautiful morning, but I don't know if it's a beautiful morning. It's definitely a cloudy morning. It is hot, it's buggy, and I am thankful for my air conditioning, keeping me nice and cool. It is a godsend on a day like today, so I'm very happy for that. I'm actually almost getting kind of cold, so I'm very grateful. Now we're heading out of Illinois here. We're starting to head out of Chicago area, Joliet. I know some of you guys will be upset about that, but to me it's all Chicago. I'm very thankful we're about to get out of the city here and into some more country roads, some smoother roads, less traffic, hopefully. At least that's the thought, because I am tired of hearing this car shake and rattle and make all this noise. So hopefully a little less traffic, a little less crazy roads, a little less congestion, and we can have a more relaxing trip the way Power Tour should be, if you ask me. So, and then we'll get reunited with the tour route down here in this next town, and we'll be able to take in all the sights and sounds of Route 66. So we're still not on the main tour route yet, but we're on this road here headed south of Joliet, and we're really kind of starting Route 66 right now. I did a little research, and it looks like this was originally part of the original route. Now I'll fact check that when I get home, but to me, I think we're on Route 66 right now, or at least where it was at one point in its life, because obviously it moves around quite a bit. We know we're going to hook up with it, but it seems like this seems to be a big part of it at one point. So I'm excited. I've always loved the Route 66 stuff, and doing Route 66 with this old car specifically was something I always thought about doing back when I was in college. I was like, you know, this isn't the old car that you would think of for Route 66, but it's mine, and it's my oldest car I have, so I always thought it'd be fun to do this. And here we are. We're doing a lot of it today. So the big adventure starts right now, and we are on the road. I am actually getting cold. This is crazy. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's keep this thing moving. I've been driving down this road for a little bit, and it's amazing how straight this thing is. I imagine that back in the day, I mean, you have your railroad track here, some cornfields out there, and probably just all cornfields or whatever type of fields out here as far as I can see. Is my guess how this used to look. And this was the only road. This highway wasn't here back then. So it's pretty cool to imagine what that might have been like back then. So there's a crazy old road here to our right. You have to research what this is all about here. This is kind of cool. All right, this is the museum we were looking for. We're in Pontiac, Illinois. I'm getting a little lifter noise in the car. Oil pressure's a little lower than I'd like, but I think the car is doing well. Maybe a little cooling off will help it feel better, but we'll see how this goes. We'll check out this museum. And
It is. Like,
like a little camper shell in the back. This is a 6000. They don't. Yeah. You don't see many of these ever. I can't even go underneath it and look at it. This is like the strangest V8 I've ever seen. It's like a flathead mixed with like a V. It's crazy playing experience with turbos too on V8s in the 80s.
cat goes along and rubs on me.
Yeah, it's crazy. This side road follows Oh, you can see they put little mounds of dirt here so that way you can't drive on it. They're like, no, you can't do anything here. Don't race here, don't do nothing. Just go on in. Here's a historical bridge. Oh yeah. That was pretty good. Took a little detour and very much what I did so far. This is my kind of road. Easy peasy going, no traffic, nothing going on, looks smooth. Very fast out of this. We're skipping all the traffic. And we'll hook back up with the tour route a little bit later. In a little town called Leroy. Let's see how this goes. Hope this pays off. Save us some time, keep my car happy and cool and quiet, and keep the oil pressure good. Because it's been getting down to like 20 psi in traffic, which is not great. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the city now. At this point, with the drive being so relaxing, mostly, aside from these stop signs here and all the trucks, but I've been starting to whip out my tuner, and I'm just trying to figure out why my air-fuel ratios are kind of rough sometimes. It's like partial throttle, it's unhappy, so just trying to sort that out here and see if I can make the car drive a little smoother at low throttle, because I know it'll buck a lot. Like if I'm just kind of into it a little bit, I don't know if I can really like show it to you, but like if I'm partial throttle, there we go, now it's bucking, it's unhappy. So I'm gonna see if I can sort out and make this a little bit happier in my tune. It's like there's like a transition phase in here where they want to see a little bit more fuel, is my guess. So I played with it a little bit while I was driving, and I gave it some more, and it actually cleared it up a little bit in one of the tables. So I need to figure out where my little part of the table is there. So I'm data logging it, trying to see if I can make that better. And once I get to the venue, I'm gonna throw some numbers at it and see if it's happier. We're gonna stop for some food here, some gas probably before we go to the city, and we'll get to the venue and we'll be in here in no time. All right, we'll catch you guys there. There it goes. And some tuning. So this is kind of a cool old place. I'm assuming this is an old old airport or something like that, or this could be like an old military base or something. But it sure gives me airport vibes, abandoned airport vibes at that. Hopefully we get some autocross. The rain's holding up, so we should have a very beautiful day here. No, I wasn't far off. So it's an air museum apparently, very much abandoned it seems like. I'd be shocked if there is anything going on in there right now. That's pretty cool. So it means we're nearby an airport. This is gonna be really sick. I'm excited to see what this all looks like once we get inside the venue. I know this looks dilapidated, but I bet there's some cool stuff in there to see. A little GDM going on. So definitely an airstrip of some sorts. I'm not sure that's abandoned though. They're redoing something on it. So not quite abandoned. I'm just gonna go check in and head over to the autocross. I guess that's the plan. Alright, so here's the autocross course here. The whole crew's all here mostly. Got some old aircraft hangars here. It's pretty cool. Rain clouds in the horizon. I think it's gonna miss us. A lot of conduit, so maybe snag some of this for our property. There's autocross. We're gonna unload some stuff out of the car and have a little bit of fun. Got all the autocross cars. Guaranteed this car is L67 swapped.
Those cars are professional.
Well, this did not work out at all. Still gonna give it a shot. Like, I might as well not even take my junk out of the car. I have a cooler in here, my laptop, luggage. So it's not a big deal. They're going. They're not very fast right now, but they're going for it. Alright, this is the sound of a bad time. I have a flat tire. Apparently I picked something up on a lacrosse course. Instant regret. But we have everything we need but a real plug to fix it. It's a fast fix, and we just need a tire plug to go fix it up. Yeah, right. This place is kind of cool. It's the basic maintenance tour for me. My issues were charging, starting, and flat tires. Alright, so I got the car fixed up and ready to get out of here whenever I want to. So, pretty interesting. I found that this place used to be a Air Force base. But yeah, this is a very old Air Force base. It very much has that World War II looking theme, you know, like the big arched hangars. It's really cool. I'm a big fan. Not a big fan of this autocross course though. It gave me a flat tire. All right, we got all the cars in the road now finally. I'm gonna take some pictures in front of these cool aircraft hangars and this pipe factory. Shower tour continues. Give it like 5 minutes and we'll have some rain here. All right, so once again, my AC has intermittently stopped working and turning off. And I went ahead and put the gauges back on, thinking that maybe, okay, there's a low leak somewhere or something like that. And so I started testing it, and it turns out my ground came loose again. This little bolt here came loose. So I'm gonna use a little lock nut, see if that helps out here, and we'll get the AC working again, hopefully. Up this week from all the rain and the mud and all the dirt and all the venues. I got a flat tire that one day, so it's been a interesting power tour, and these cars can use a little bit of love. So I'm gonna try and find a car wash here at some point, and I'm gonna try and call a tire shop to see if they can put an actual patch on my tire, and then I'll feel a lot more comfortable going down the direction with it. I've got my air conditioning, it's working. We're running really good. I found that issue last night and it is money. I am so thankful for air conditioning, and I'm happy I put it in this car. Alright, so the Tornado's got a bad control arm. One of the bumps took it out somewhere in Champaign. So we're trying to figure out how we're gonna limp this thing around. They don't make parts for these things. It's a very rare car. It's a very weird car. It's not like you can just get off the shelf, even if they had them off the shelf. You gonna ratchet strap it together? Okay. Do you want the jack after all now? So the Oldsmobile Tornado is a car that only existed for 2 years, and it has its own custom control arms that are made specifically for that car. We would not be able to find one off the shelf anywhere, so I called a mechanic to see if they had a welder and they could help us out. They said they were 2 weeks from helping us out, and we needed something today. So I called around, And we found this welder shop called All Pro Welding, and they said, hell yeah, we'll take care of it for you. And so we ran down there, and these guys had us on the road in no time at all. They were the coolest guys we've ever met. They were so kind to us. They let us sit in their air-conditioned place. The owner of the shop was hilarious. It was just one of the best times we've ever had in Power Tour, and in no time we were back on the road, and his car was repaired better than it was from the factory. It was literally one of the best experiences we've ever had in Power Tour. Just like that, he's already done, ready to go. Brand new, better than factory. It's pretty good. We'll be back on the road in no time. With that crisis averted, we were back on the road finally, and we were doing a straight shot to the next event because we just wanted to get there. It was so late in the day at this point, and we were just happy to get there on time. So we cannonballed the whole way. We skipped the tour route, and we just enjoyed the highway scenery. All right, so we're getting to St. Louis now, and it makes a lot of sense when I think about how people got to the west, that St. Louis is considered to be the gateway to the west, and that's why they have the arch there, the huge arch. And if you're driving down Route 66 all those years ago, you would have seen the arch in the distance, and that would have been your first sign to know that you're really starting to get out west, because this is really kind of, past the Mississippi, you're kind of in the west, at least back in the day. So that makes sense. So it's really cool that we're doing this down Route 66. I know we're not on it right now, but if it could exist today, this would be it right here, because it changes constantly all the time. So, all right, we all just got here finally. We have no idea where to go, but the fancy person parking is this way, so that must mean that this is the correct way to go. I can see all the cars made it. After a very eventful day, we are here at Power Tour, and my car got cleaned a little bit. For the first time since probably I was in high school, this car got a pressure wash from a car wash, and the chrome looks really good. The rest of the car, but chrome in the wheels, not too bad. That's turbo LS in this.
Also, the guy standing on the back, I thought was pretty cool. Alright, I'll bet you grab a family.
This is a massive pro charger. This is insane.
Yeah, it is.
So this is the Grand Prix crossing Mississippi. This is the farthest west this car has ever gone since I've owned it. So probably the farthest west it's gone ever. Here we are. Finally, the last thing we gotta do today is get pictures of our cars next to the St. Louis Arch, because how could you not? Alright, it is another beautiful day here in Power Tour. We're in Missouri, heading west out of St. Louis on a 44, which practically replaced 66, and in some sections actually is 66. Headed out early this morning, and we're making good progress. Car is doing excellent. Got our whole group with us today. We didn't lose anybody. It's always a hassle of getting through all this traffic, make sure we don't lose somebody. Day 4 of Power Tour. 1 day left. That's it. Alright, first gas stop. The first place we went to didn't even have premium, so slowly the octane numbers are getting lower and lower the further west we go. So we'll have 85 in a little bit, but it's not like we're going to be getting 20 pounds of booze from this traffic. So we'll get some gas, some snacks, get on the road. Fitting, very fitting that we're on 66. So we're on the historic byway here on 66. And today is actually like the first day I really feel like I'm on Route 66, just because of all the signs, and knowing that the freeway goes along this exact same route is very interesting. And imagine like back in the day, you had just 2-lane roads, and this freeway did not exist, and this was the only way to get down there, or this is the only way to follow the route. It's just mind-boggling to think that, like, the roads were so bad back then. The cars they were not the best cars, and going down this 2-lane road all the way to California potentially. So it's very cool. We're really doing it. We're on the route, and we are headed towards this next town, whatever this next town is. You know, this town just seems like the right kind of place. It seems pretty good. All right, now we're in Cuba. All right. Went from bourbon to Cuba. I guess they kind of go well together. A little Cuban, a little bourbon. You know, sometimes you just kind of lose track of where you've been, where you're going, and you end up finding yourself just going around circles.
Hilarious.
We made it to Uranus Fudge Factory. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm assuming they've got fudge. Everyone's here basically. There's cars lined up and down the street too. They like have like an overflow parking lot too. We left Uranus and we're on our way to the venue. It is about 2 o'clock and we have about an hour and a half drive to get there. So we're gonna get there around 3:30-ish or so. It's a very hot day. I don't think we're gonna stick around very long. It's a weird day because at the venue they have lots of parking lots, not a single central location. There's a lot of different punch stations, so even if you just get to one of their parking lots, you can punch there. So you can just leave after that. So I think that's what our plan is going to be. Missouri's been surprisingly more scenic than I thought it'd be, actually. Like, there's a lot of hills, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of rivers. It's very scenic. All right, we just made it to the venue. It's nice actually that there's all this parking. It was easy to get into. It wasn't like a crazy line just because they spread it out so much. So we're gonna get checked in here and get our stamps. Some good stuff to see. It's not crazy hot. Got some clouds out and things are going well. So this day of Power Tour was the first day that we actually got to see all the cars that were there, or at least some of the cars. So we spent some time just browsing around, seeing what was around. The last 3 days we've had high heat and a lot of rain, and yesterday we didn't even make it to the venue in time to actually see anything. So we spent some time here browsing around and see what kind of cool stuff is out there. One of the things you'll see a lot in Power Tour is people showing Plan B or Plan C, indicating that their first car, their first plan didn't make it. And this guy had a Plan B. And then I found this thing. This was a monstrosity. Upon further investigation, I learned that this thing is actually a Toyota Corolla with a Chevy square body on it. Absolute debauchery. Corolla? Okay. Toyota, yeah. I see it. Thank you. That's ridiculous. It's not every day you get to see an exotic in Power Tour, so it was cool to check this one out. This was a McLaren 720S. And of course, anytime there's a wagon in Power Tour, you know I've got to check it out. The old school speedometer. Safari. block Chevelle. You don't see that every day. Like a little business card holder. That is a fat tire. So with that, we turned in for the night and decided to get some much needed rest before we start our next day of driving. All right, it is the final tour day of Power Tour, and we are getting in our cars, getting ready to go here. Gonna get some breakfast and get on the road. So, should be a good day. Should be much less eventful than the last couple days. Hopefully we have a nice, easy drive and a lot of fun today. So let's get to it. Let's just get on the road and make our way to the next venue. Enjoy the route on Route 66. Trains. Willing to bet most car guys are train guys too. You're a disgrace to your class, 2027. All the kids. Pretty cute. Get some gas. Here in Kansas, our only spot of the tour that we're in Kansas for. And the route kind of goes through this area right there. And you can even see we got a little Kansas sign past all that stuff. So. All right, we are in Kansas for just a little bit. Like Route 66 touches just a corner of Kansas, and there's like this old gas station that people are getting pictures of, so we're checking that out now. And then there's like a rainbow bridge thing we're gonna see too. It's kind of fun. They got a big boy here. Yeah, let's see what they got inside maybe. Instigators here. Oh yeah, here we go. Was not on roadkill, but was inspired by roadkill and approved. That's cool. Kind of cool. All right, so still on 66, or at least a version of 66 at one point in time. See right there in F4. We are going to be driving by the Rainbow Bridge, which is kind of like a very old arch bridge. I believe it's made out of concrete completely. I've seen it before one time, but not on a tour like this, not in the car like this. So it's cool. We're going to check it out again. I haven't seen it in like 9 years. It's probably still there. So here it is. Rainbow Bridge, they call it. Not much of a rainbow, but that's what they call it. It started in 1923 with Brush Creek. It's only remained Marsh Arch Bridge on Route 66. That's very Alright, so we're at a place called Buffalo Ranch. I thought it was just like a rest stop, but there's actual like real live buffalo in here. And I've never seen a buffalo in person before, so this is pretty cool. Proud of Route 66 out here. If it didn't feel like Oklahoma before, it definitely does now. All these plains, rolling hills, cattle everywhere. This is how I remember Oklahoma. Power tour, when you get to the venue this late, you know you're late when you see people coming towards you when you're going towards the venue. It means that they're already leaving and you're one of the last ones to enter. It's about 3 o'clock when we get there, so we're going to be one of the last ones to get there, I think, today. It's a good road. I like how these roads just kind of keep you awake. It's good. It's good for us. I love that. Yep, we're definitely a little late. Yeah, we're long haulers, but we like to be called the late haulers. That's us, we're the late haulers. So we finally made it to the racetrack in Tulsa, and getting inside of here was a very difficult process. It took us about 45 minutes to get into the gate from the time that we got in line. It was a bit of a mess, but finally we got in there and finally got to our last stop to finish up Power Tour 2026. All right, we're finally in. We made it to the venue, parked the car. I'm gonna go get checked in before they run out of long haul plaques, because that's happened before. Okay, officially got the plaque. It's legit. Car is actually made the long haul for 2026, even though we did not get a sticker this year. I'm not sure what's up with that, but we'll figure that out later. But car made it. Car had no issues, really, aside from like the AC not working and a flat tire. It's been pretty flawless the whole trip. All that preventive maintenance beforehand really helped out, which was no problems at all. Very happy with how this turned out this year. So with that, we are all wrapped up in Power Tour 2026. I've got a very long drive to get back to Tennessee. The journey is not complete until we get home, so we need to finish this journey up. Crazy here. They don't even have 93 octane. It's all 91. Since the price is better than Illinois, but So one thing I was starting to notice over the course of the week was that it seemed like every day my cruising oil pressure was dropping a little bit. At this point, it's down in the 30s at about 2,000 RPM, which is really not great. Considering this trip started off, it was in the upper 40s. But the car was still trucking along. It wasn't having a problem yet. So I kept moving and eventually called it a night. All right, it is Saturday morning. My car is still here. Everything looks good. About to get off up this big crazy hill I'm on. This is a little ridiculous, but it was the only spot left, and it was nice and secluded, so I went ahead and just parked it down here. See, I got my parking brake set. Yeah, should be no problem getting this thing out of here. This car does not like to rev down low, so this cam is really a higher RPM cam, so it's always fun to get it off a hill. Everything's looking good. Good morning. Good morning, car. Oh, my thing fell down. There we are. Okay, looking good. Look at that oil pressure. We got some oil pressure. All right. Let this car warm up and pack up and get on the road. Getting gas. Kind of feels like the party's over a little bit, but still have a bit of a drive to go. Got about 6 hours left for me to get back home to Tennessee. It should be a fairly easy drive on the 40, so I'm looking forward to that. I haven't done this drive in quite a bit. The blast from the past. Gotta love those gas prices. All right, I don't know what happened. I lost ignition power somehow. I think my wire came off again. So I'm gonna go see if I can fix that. I got no starter, I got nothing. Howie's not happy either. Pretty much right in the outskirts of Nashville. Hopefully I can get this fixed real quick and easy. All right, it's exactly what I thought it was. My power wire came off my fuse block, my very janky fuse block. You can see there's a power wire there, but it's not doing a dang thing. So I'm gonna put this thing back on there and I'll be back on the road in no time. Okay, I got that wire back in there. Car should start right up now. Yep. The wire is still kind of loose, so it's not great. But it should get us home at least. Car's made it home. Minimal issues, not too bad. However, now that I'm back here, you can see my oil pressure is not as good as it should be. 15 psi is just not okay for this engine. It should be a lot better. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I hear a lot of lifter clicking too. I don't know if you can hear that. So lifters are not very happy, but it held up this whole time, so maybe it's not as big an issue as it could be. At any rate, though, we made it. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great one. We'll see you in the next one.